this character is exactly the polar opposite of who I am. Radhika, no. Shame is the essential, first, basic, fundamental emotion.
One can die with pain,
Yeah.
but one cannot live in shame.
In shame, yeah. Akshay is so good because
Yeah.
his innocence in the film is what I think will win people over. Hi, I'm Radhika Apte. You're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.
All right, so here's an actress who I have a lot of respect for because she थोड़ा सा आप size पे मत जाएं, but her talent is so big that it can totally jolt you like anything. And we are talking about Radhika Apte. Pleasure having you first of all in BollywoodHungama office.
Thank
And
you.
you are having Padman that is coming up. You know, Akshay sir showed me some excerpts
Yes.
of Padman recently, and there are certain scenes that are there, and primarily your stint and your struggle with the entire idea of menstrual hygiene and how it affects him and how it just motivates him. It totally shook me actually, you know. And the fact is that, anyways, you get so much into the character that beat Manji, you become that character, and beat Phobia. I love what you did in Phobia. So how do you become that character? You know, when we meet you, you are so chirpy and all another zone altogether. But when you become that character, you're somewhere else.
I don't know. I mean, especially this character. This character is exactly the polar opposite of who I am.
Okay.
You know, and Balki, the first meeting with Balki, he said that she's so not you that I wanted you to play the part.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's exciting. And because it was very difficult to actually get into the. I remember he used to constantly pull me down and say that, Radhika, no. Shame is the essential, first, basic, fundamental emotion that you are weaving everything else around. So, but to be honest with you, you know, I think however different the character is from you, emotions are the same. We all feel the same things.
Absolutely.
Shame, we all have experienced shame. Guilt, we have experienced. Separation, we have experienced pain and sorrow and whatever, happiness. So you relate to that and then you develop your character like that. And to be honest with you, the menstruation, the taboo on periods and menstruation, it's something that we all have seen and gone
Sure.
through, and so I know people like her.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's not difficult to recognize and like that particular thing in a human being and then start developing on that.
Right.
So it was.
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't spell out the exact Hindi में जो आपने एक dialogue आपने बोला है, जो at least जो मैंने देखा है.
Yeah.
But we can, I think, translate it roughly into English, and I can
Yeah.
just say that you say, I think which is the pivot of the
Yeah,
film,
yeah.
that
It is, yeah.
that one can die with pain,
Yeah.
but one cannot live in shame.
In shame, yeah.
So,
yeah.
which is like, you know, it hits you like this. actually.
Yeah.
It hits you like that.
Yeah.
That is something which is so common,
yeah,
and you cannot talk about it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
people just go through it.
Exactly.
And they bear the pain.
Absolutely. And I feel I'd rather go through the. I'd rather go through. Like, I don't care about the shame as a human being. You know, but pain is, I think, more powerful rather than shame. So I wouldn't give a shit about shame. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As a human being.
Right.
But I feel why this is important is because that's where society comes in. Where does shame come from? Shame comes from society. Shame comes from your upbringing, how you brought up, what you've been taught. And majority of the societies, we are taught that periods and menstruation is dirty. It's something toxic. It's something not touchable.
Right.
Or, you know, all those things. And which is why, I mean, any sort of shame, you know, even if somebody has an affair tomorrow, the shame of it, or the shame that my daughter married into a Muslim family or a Hindu family, the shame of it makes people do crazy things.
Absolutely.
It's really ridiculous. And if we actually see that and recognize that, we can change that. And which is why I think Akshay is so good, because his innocence in the film is what I think will win people over. Because she's somebody who you can relate to instantly. And so to counter that and still be convincing that, but how do you expect me to see what you go through pain? And most importantly, more than pain,
Yeah.
the fact that you might die because of
Absolutely.
Because of
Absolutely.
any bacterial
Absolutely.
infection,
Cervical
or
cancer.
anything.
That's what he told me.
Exactly.
That women in India, the biggest factor which works against them is cervical cancer.
And then now there's a vaccine for cervical cancer, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Women who don't know, please take the vaccine for cervical cancer.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Radhika Apte. You're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.